what kind of emotional support or reassurance your 6-year-old will provide. But do these narcissistic mothers, these narcissistic women care? The answer is no, because they bred the son for return. Yeah, so if the husband is not giving me attention, I'll harvest it out of my son, and I don't care how all that harvesting is going to impact my son's adult life. I just don't care. Hey everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about the weird signs of narcissistic mothers who are enmeshed in an unhealthy way with their sons. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So we know who these narcissistic mothers are. They are narcissistic women who parentify their son, who establish emotional incest, and someone who basically trains and grooms their son to serve themselves primarily. They cannot accept the fact that the son is a man, the son is going to have a family and a life of his own. No, it's very difficult for them to see them as a separate individual. They see their sons as an extension of themselves, and I have given birth to him, so he's gonna prioritize me and gonna do anything and everything for my happiness, for my pleasure. Yeah, he's going to fulfill my desire, my demands, and that's it. His family, his kids, his wife will be secondary. Yeah, and I will be the only one. I will govern, rule his life. I will pull the strings, and he will just be like a puppy. Yeah, and he will come back to me. Yeah, for validation, approval, love, and affection. Yeah, so it's quite unhealthy and toxic. Yeah, when we look at narcissistic mothers and their son, these women are in a way, you can say, emotionally married to their son. Just because they did not get the emotional support, the kind of support that a partner provides, they start training their son to become a replacement for their husband. I mean, uh, it's better to expect things from your age group. Yeah, what kind of an emotional support or reassurance your 6-year-old will provide. But do these narcissistic mothers, these narcissistic women care? The answer is no, because they bred the son for return. Yeah, so if the husband is not giving me attention, I'll harvest it out of my son, and I don't care how all that harvesting is going to impact my son's adult life. I just don't care, because I lack empathy, and I have inability to self-reflect. I'm an entitled woman and I have given birth to a son. So if my husband is not doing things for me, I'll get it out of my son. Yeah, I have options ready. Yeah, that's what is so that's what the thing is with these narcissistic individuals, narcissistic women, narcissistic parents, narcissistic mothers. They have options ready. So if the husband is not giving me, I'll give birth to a son, and I'm going to parentify him, and I'm going to use him as my emotional toilet, as my pseudo husband. I'm going to harvest the supply that I'm not getting from my husband. Yeah, so I have options ready. Yeah, and of course son is not going to run away. I'm conditioning him, I'm manipulating him from an early age, so he's going to be there. He's never going to betray me, he's never going to leave me, he's never going to abandon me. So I will have a permanent source of supply. Yeah, then I can tease my husband, well, you didn't do things for me, look, my son has done. Yeah, and that's very hurtful for the husband. Yeah, with these narcissistic women, narcissistic mothers, they will a foul mouth about the father to the son, and the son grows up seeing the father as a competition, as an enemy, and then the son mistreats the father, the son doesn't behave well with the father, and the entire credit goes to the narcissistic mother. So she trains the son to take revenge on her behalf with her husband. Yeah, so that's how sick these narcissistic women, narcissistic mothers are. Yeah, they spoil their, of course, husband's life, and they also spoil their son's life. Yeah, they never let their sons have a personal life, be happy all by themselves. They will keep on barging, they will keep on poking their nose in their sons personal life, affair and matters, and they'll keep on micromanaging, they'll keep on pulling the strings. Yeah, and this is because of extreme sense of entitlement, lack of empathy, and inability to self-reflect. So they are all about harvesting supply. Yeah, they really don't care how these actions and things are going to impact the son's life. No, they are just not interested to go into those areas. Yeah, that's like a hell for them. Yeah, so those areas, those domains are not for narcissistic mothers, as to how their action and behavior will impact and influence the child negatively. Yeah, that is not their domain. Their domain is basically the house where she is the queen and the son is there to do anything and everything to make her feel good, happy, special, babysit her, tell her what an amazing mother she is, and buy her story, and keep giving her all that attention, admiration, keep loving her, keep showering her with affection, gifts, and good words. So that's the kind of thing which every narcissistic mothers want out of their son. Yeah. So what are the weird signs of narcissistic mothers who are enmeshed in an unhealthy way with their son? The first sign is overly involved in his love life, acts possessive or jealous when her son forms romantic relationship, often trying to sabotage them. Yeah, so you can see it on their face. They are not happy. Yeah, if you're going out on a date, if you are going out for a movie, or you're going out for a dinner, they will, express, their, disagreement. These narcissistic mothers are going to, either come up with, some lame story that she's sick or someone is coming. They will, act in a way that you will feel, you'll get, this message that, she's not liking it. Yeah. And this is because, she bred the son to basically serve her and not any other woman. Yeah, so it's all her possessiveness, and she's jealous when she sees another woman. So if you're going out for a movie, if you're going out for a dinner, you know she's going to interfere and tell the son, why are you wasting so much of money, you could just spend time at home, I'm not feeling that well. Yeah, so she's either going to come along with you guys, or she's going to create a scene where the guy dumps the plan. Yeah, the guy feels obligated and stays at home, that she's sick, I need to stay home. So they'll come up with something, and this is because it's very difficult for her to accept the fact that there can be other women who might express love and affection, and who might validate him. And what if I lose control over him? What if I lose him? Yeah, because she bred for return. She wants her son just for herself. Yeah, she sees her son as a part of herself. Yeah, she doesn't see her son as an adult, as a mature man with his personal life, love life, relationship. No. Yeah, so she will be overly involved in his love life, in his married life. She will be there, she'll keep on poking her nose, keep on giving her unsolicited advice, and she will keep on telling the son to, I mean, prioritize her and not to prioritize you. She will come up with some story, some situation and scenario. She will bring in her flying monkeys, and they will say, well, you guys are going out for movie. Don't you think your mother will be lonely? Why don't you take her? Yeah, so she's going to piggyback. She's going to, be everywhere. She's not going to give you space. Yeah, because you are her space. Yeah, and she is yours. Yeah, so she cannot accept any third person with her son. The other weird sign of narcissistic mothers who are enmeshed in an unhealthy way with their son is that they treat their son like a spouse. Yeah, they rely on their son for emotional support and companionship, as if uh, they are not their son, but their spouse. Yeah, so you also feel uncomfortable. You are like, what's wrong? I mean, why isn't she being friendly or talking about her problems with someone of her age group? Why is she involving her son in everything? Yeah, so it feels pretty disturbing and uncomfortable, but that's how things are. She treats her son as her pseudo husband. She's emotionally married, he is emotionally married to her. They both are emotionally wedded to each other. Yeah, and it goes back into the childhood. Yeah, that's how she trained him and groomed him to be a loyal, dedicated, devoted servant to her. That's it. Yeah, so you will see this not in the first meeting, but second, third meeting, or if you start living with the guy, you will see that she is going to talk a lot of things with the son which a mother is not supposed to. Healthy mothers, don't overshare things, or uh, talk about certain things which the son is not supposed to know. Yeah, what kind of a relationship you are having with your partner, the son is not responsible, or the son is not supposed to know. Okay, fine, things are not working out well, that's it. But you cannot keep on complaining anything and everything to your son. Your dad did this, your dad did that. I mean, you have to manage things by yourself. Your son is there to have his own personal life. Yeah, he's not there to fix your relationship problems. But do these narcissistic women care? Do these narcissistic mothers care? The answer is no. So you will see that she treats him like a confidant, like a boyfriend, like a husband. Yeah, she doesn't treat him like a son. Yeah, you will not see the boundary. You will not see you know um, that healthy boundary between them. She's going to immediately call your husband, your boyfriend, and she's going to talk things out the way how a girlfriend speaks to her boyfriend. Yeah, so it's very disturbing. I mean, I have been in such a relationship, and I have dealt with a lot of these victims of emotional incest who are raised by narcissistic mothers. And trust me, these boys suffer a lot. And it's not an easy thing for them, yeah, to unlearn all of those bad stuff and develop confidence, get in touch with his own authentic side, um, and start a family or get into relationship. Yeah, because these mothers, these narcissistic mothers, keep haunting their sons. They don't let their sons go easily. They keep hoovering, they keep manipulating, they keep guilt tripping their son. And that's how things are. The other weird sign of narcissistic mothers who are enmeshed in an unhealthy way with their son is constantly invading his privacy. She feels entitled, and she, you know, uh, thinks that she needs to know every detail of his life. Yeah, and she doesn't hesitate in disregarding his need for personal boundaries and privacy. Yes, she will get into anything and everything. Did you sleep with her? What are you guys planning? Where are you guys going? How much money have you spent here? What have you done? She's going to micromanage, and she's going to invade his privacy. So after marriage, or after getting in a relationship, the guy, if he is putting up some personal boundaries, or demand some space, and she's going to override, dismiss, and she's going to invade his privacy, personal space. Yeah, because she feels entitled, that she needs to know anything and everything that is happening in his son's life. Yeah, she doesn't respect any kind of boundary. Yeah, boundary is like a red flag for the narcissistic mothers. Yeah, if the son is upholding boundary, she needs to immediately go and get rid of those boundaries. I'm your mother, I'm doing it to protect you. You should always counsel me, you should always talk things out with me, because I can give you a better advice. I'm an experienced woman. Even though she's a piece of shit, but she's going to project as if she knows all. And the son is expected to tell her anything and everything. I have seen some of the narcissistic mothers even telling their son when they need to have sex with their wife and girlfriend. I have seen that firsthand in front of my eyes, and it was very disturbing. And these mothers, I mean narcissistic mothers, I mean, the situation that I'm talking about, she was not even ashamed of what she was saying and doing with her son. I have seen narcissistic mothers physically, sexually abusing their sons as well, and behaving as if everything is normal. I have seen that, and trust me, it happens in a lot of families, but our toxic society doesn't talk about it. Our toxic society just comes up with different ways to enable and embolden such toxic mothers, such toxic individuals. Heaven lies under the feet of your mother, all that bullshit that you get to hear, it's all to enable and aid the narcissistic individuals. It's all to protect and embolden the abusers, and that's it. Yeah, so yes, Narcissistic mothers, they will keep invading, their son's, private life and private space. The other weird sign of narcissistic mothers who are enmeshed in an unhealthy way with their son is, that, these narcissistic mothers, they're big time into criticizing other women. They will habitually, belittle or undermine any other female figures, in his life, and this is basically to, you know, maintain her dominance. I'm the only one. No, your auntie is bad. She's characterless. Your grandma, she was characterless. Your sister, she's horrible. She doesn't love you. Your auntie, you're this, you're that. That girlfriend of yours, she was just using you. So, she will belittle and, undermine every female figure that is there in her son's life. And this is basically to, maintain her dominance. This is basically to project that she is the only one. She is the rescuer and the savior. She is the, one and only in her son's life. Yeah. And you can see this. I have seen this with my ex. She never used to bitch about me in front of me. She never used to, humiliate me or criticize me in front of me, but I'm sure she must be doing it behind my back. But I used to see her criticizing other women, in front of me. Yeah, I mean, my ex mother-in-law, she used to criticize, my sister-in-law. She used to criticize my husband's grandmother. She used to criticize my husband's female friends. She used to criticize my husband's ex. Yeah, everyone was a gold digger, and this narcissistic mother was saving my, husband from other women and other relatives and aunts and, grandma. It's pretty one-sided. Yeah. And these boys, fall for it, and they, play along. Yeah, because they don't want to, lose, their caregiver. They don't want to lose their mother. I mean, that's okay, but I mean, for how long, would you be carrying that shit? Yeah, who's just, sabotaging you, who's just, isolating you from others, because they don't want you to, um, have any kind of love, affection, or validation from any other sources apart from them. They want you to be dependent on them. Yeah, and that's the reason they criticize other women figures and, have a better control over you. The other weird sign is that, these narcissistic mothers are big time into guilt tripping their son for attention. They manipulate him into spending excessive time with her by, feeling helplessness. Yeah, they're going to play victim, or they're going to pretend as if they are helpless, and that's how they trap the son. They, get all of, their son's attention. Yeah, oh, I cannot do this. Oh, you have got no idea. I'm feeling so depressed. I'm feeling so lonely. And all of this kicks in when she gets to know that the son is going out on a date, or when the son is planning to go out for a dinner with his wife or his girlfriend. All of it, kicks in, and then she comes up with a story. Yeah, either she's feeling lonely, or she's missing the father, or something or the other. And this is basically to guilt trip the son into, giving her all the attention. Yeah, so that he doesn't give that attention to the family, to his wife, to his children, to his girlfriend. No, she wants all that attention. And how does she, get all that attention from her son? By guilt tripping. I did so much for you, you have got no idea. And look, I'm so lonely at this point of time. I never used to leave you alone. Anyways, have you booked the ticket? Are you going for a date? Are you going for the movie? So that's how, they guilt trip their son. These women are really pain in the A. Let me tell you that. And, I have seen it in my family. I was in a relationship with, an adult child of a narcissistic mother. I can tell you it's really common, and, a lot of people suffer. Boys also suffer because of their narcissistic mother, and those who get married or get in relationship with these men, they suffer as well. The children suffer as well. Everyone suffers because of that narcissistic mother. The other sign is that these narcissistic mothers are big time into controlling his decisions. They expect him to counsel her before making any significant choices. Yeah, using guilt and manipulation to steer him. So these narcissistic mothers are going to groom the son in such a way that before taking any decision, before making any decision or minor decision, they are going to, seek their mother's approval. Yeah. And this is basically to show the others who the boss is. In the end, my son is going to come to me. In the end, my son is going to, take my approval, yeah, before getting married to you. In the end, my son is going to, ask for my blessing and all that BS that we get to hear and see, socially. So these narcissistic mothers are going to keep pulling the string, keep guilt tripping their son, and they are going to groom their son in such a way that son keeps her updated of everything. Before dating you, they are going to ask their mother. Before getting married to you, they are going to seek their permission and validation. Yeah, so these son, they are unable to grow spine, because they were never allowed to be themselves. They were emasculated from a young age, and as a result of which they are emasculated men, yeah, who are very dysfunctional, who are unable to take on to traditional man roles, who are unable to behave like a man. Yeah, so even though everything is fine, there's good relationship between you and the guy, but if the mother doesn't agree, or if she sees you as a red flag, the guy is not going to marry you, the guy is going to divorce you, the guy is going to do a breakup with you. Yeah, so that's how things are. That's how control freak these narcissistic mothers are. They control their son's every decision. Yeah, if the son wants to drink a certain water or certain cold drink, he will first inform his mother. Yeah, that's how he has been trained and programmed. So if you see these signs, you know you have to be a little smart. You have to be a little careful, because you are dealing with someone who doesn't have a backbone. You are dealing with someone who's a victim of emotional incest. You are dealing with someone who's trauma bonded to his mother. You're dealing with someone you know who will never leave that woman. Yeah, only in rare cases I have seen that boys are able to leave their narcissistic mother. Otherwise, the kind of guilt trips that these women are expert in, you know they can get their son to do anything and everything they wish and want. Yeah, so it's very difficult. So yes, the narcissistic mother is big time into controlling you know uh, every significant choice, or everything that the son is deciding to do or wanting to do. She controls anything and everything. The other weird sign of narcissistic mothers who are enmeshed with their son is that they compete with his partner, his girlfriend, his wife. Yeah, um, these narcissistic mothers view his romantic partner's wife as rivals, as competition. Yeah, and you can see that these mothers will get into the race, and they will try and outdo the girlfriend or the wife, in a way that the husband's, I mean the son's, affection and attention is just limited to her, and it doesn't go on her. Yeah, so if you have worn some nice color, some nice dress, next day she's also going to wear that color and dress. Yeah, and then she's going to ask the son, how am I looking? Am I looking better than your wife, or do you think she was looking pretty? And these mama boys are going to say, Mom, you're looking more pretty than her. Yeah, and I mean, it's really disturbing. They are married emotionally to each other. So I mean, that's how things are. So she will compete with his partner, his wife, his girlfriend. Yeah, she will see it as a competition, and now I need to compete. Yeah, so if she's doing certain things, I'm going to try and outdo her, and then I'm going to ask her, who cooks well? Tell me, son, who cooks well? And this cute little boy is going to say, Mom, you cook well. No, my wife doesn't cook well. Yeah, because he doesn't want to make her angry, because if this bitch gets angry, she's going to throw rage, narcissistic rage, all that wrath and fury. And the timid son doesn't want that. Even though he's an adult man, he's a grown-up man, he doesn't want to face all of that. Yeah, so I mean, things are pretty twisted. The other weird sign of narcissistic mothers who are enmeshed with their son is that these mothers expect unconditional devotion. They demand that the son prioritizes her over his own family, his wife, his girlfriend. Yeah, and they view any independent thing that the son does as betrayal. They perceive it as betrayal, even though I mean, it's a normal thing. The son can have a life of his own, but this narcissistic mother perceives it as a betrayal, as, a sign of betrayal. Oh, you're going out and doing things, you're going out on a vacation. You hardly care about me. You never really cared about us. Yeah. So, they will always want the son to prioritize her over his family, his wife. Yeah. I mean, if the son is, wanting to buy a house for his family, for his wife, she wants to be included as well, or else she would want the son to buy her a house first. Yeah, pay her bills first, and then, do things for his family. It's really sick, but yes, I mean, that's how things are. So she would always want the son to prioritize her, and every time the son does something for his family, his wife, his children, you can see her reaction behavior changing. Yeah, she lashes out, she throws narcissistic rage, because the normal thing that you're doing for your family, your children, your wife, she perceives it as, a kind of a betrayal. And this is because she sees you as a part of herself. She doesn't see you as a separate individual with your own uniqueness, with your own likes and dislikes and ups and downs. Yeah, she doesn't give you that autonomy, she doesn't give you that independence, because she bred you for return. You are her only supply source. So if you are busy with your family, your girlfriend, your wife, your children, that's betrayal. Yeah, that's like a red flag for her. And she's going to throw narcissistic rage, silent treatment, passive aggressive things. She's going to summon her flying monkeys and enablers, and then she's going to triangulate conversations. They are going to ask you, are you treating her well? Did you do this for her? Oh, come on, you can do things for your family later, but she's here for some time. Why don't you do more things for her? Why don't you please her? She's your mother after all. We get to hear a lot of these, BS, phrases and statements around us in families. And, it's pretty common, yeah, that people are also going to tell you that prioritize her and not your family and your woman, yeah. Whereas that's unhealthy, that's toxic. Why should you prioritize your mother? Your mother should be prioritized by your father. Yeah, your mother should let you have your own family. Your mother should let you, have a good time, with your family, your wife, your children. Yeah, you deserve that. Yeah, you deserve dignity, you deserve respect, you deserve privacy, you deserve, good time, the way how you want. Yeah, it shouldn't be just one way, that you are just there to serve her. Yeah, so, that's how things are. Society and religion has a big role to play in all of these things, and, I'm telling you with my experience. Yeah, lots of verses they come up with. No, mother is this, father is that. I mean, why no verses for wife and children? Why no verses that, suggests you to prioritize your wife and children? Why only verses that suggest you to prioritize your narcissistic mother and narcissistic fathers? Why only to prioritize your greedy and selfish parents? Why not prioritize your wife and innocent children? Why? Yeah, so I mean, there is no concrete answer to these whys. The other weird sign of narcissistic mothers who are enmeshed with their son is that, these narcissistic mothers foster dependency. They undermine his confidence to keep him reliant on her for emotional and practical support. So, they keep gaslighting the son. You can never do things right, you always fuck it up, you always mess it up, and, whenever you don't ask me, things go south, you always mess it up, and I don't want you to, experience all that pain and trauma and all that loss. And that is the reason I keep telling you, ask me, ask me, ask me, ask me. And that's how they train their son to be codependent and dependent on the narcissistic mother, yeah, for emotional, practical need and support. Yeah, so, the narcissistic mother is smart, in integrating herself into every aspect of her son's life. So, for emotional comfort, reassurance, the son might not reach out to his girlfriend or wife, but will run back to his narcissistic mother. And that's how he has been trained and conditioned. It's very painful and difficult to unlearn all of that shit. I have worked with, some gentlemen who are 57-year-old, 70-year-old, and now they are realizing, why things were the way it was, in their life, why their married life was never happy, why, their children are, not happy with them, I mean with the father, with the mother, why there is so much of friction and dysregulation in the family. you know Men, do wake up, but sometimes they wake up late. Yeah, it's not that men don't suffer. They do suffer. And I have dealt with a lot of men, I mean, who have this understanding that they are dealing with an abusive woman, I mean their narcissistic mother, but they are trauma bonded to such an extent that it's very difficult for them to leave for social reason, for a lot of various other reasons. It's very difficult for them to go no contact. And they keep suffering in therapy, in sessions. They come and they cry and they tell me that I cannot leave her because society will judge me, but I cannot control the different ways she's negatively influencing my family and relationship with my wife and children. So I mean, men do suffer. I have dealt with victims. I have dealt with a lot of these survivors. I have dealt with those who have gone no contact and who have healed and evolved. But till the time you are with them, till the time you are in touch with them, you're not going to grow and evolve. You're not going to be successful. Let me tell you this, pretty straightforward. You are not going to grow, you are not going to be successful, you are not going to evolve and heal till the time you are some way or the other connected with your narcissistic mother. You have to let them go. Yeah, because they will keep manipulating you. They will keep on pressing the trigger buttons to trigger a response out of you, because they are the ones who install the button. Yeah, so they know your weaknesses and vulnerabilities. They know your weaknesses and vulnerabilities, and they are good in using that. So you will suffer at some point. You will have to go no contact or limit your contact. Yeah, because they will never let you grow and expand and evolve and become your authentic self. They will keep on reminding you of the version that served them. They will keep on guilt tripping you that you have changed. You are no more my son, the way how you used to be earlier. You used to take care of me. They will keep guilt tripping you. They will keep shaming you. They will keep I would say, opening up your old wounds. And that's the way how they control you, and they had been controlling since long. And the last weird sign of narcissistic mothers who are enmeshed with their son is inappropriate physical affection. Yeah, so these narcissistic mothers are going to display physical affection in ways that blurs the lines between maternal and romantic love, creating discomfort for the wife, the girlfriend. And I have seen it with my ex also. Whenever we used to sleep, the mother-in-law used to come in between, and she used to sleep. She used to hug her son and she used to sleep, and I used to sleep on the other side of the bed. Mother-in-law used to drink water from the same glass my ex-husband used to drink water. And I mean, it was very disturbing, and I mean, it was very uncomfortable. uh, Her husband was there, but she never used to sleep with her husband. She used to make sure that she used to come at night and sleep in between us. Yeah, and touch her son's thighs and back in a way as if he's still a small kid, but he's a grown-up man. Yeah, he's a mature man of 35, 40. Yeah, so still touching his thighs and back. And I mean, it used to be very disturbing for me to look. And of course, when I used to, tell my ex that this is so uncomfortable, he used to say, no, she loves me. For parents, kids are, forever kids. Kids are never adult for their parents. And, these are the gaslighting phrases, that enables these, toxic and abusive, individuals, narcissistic parents. This enables a narcissistic parent to continue with their abusive things, continue with their inappropriate portrayal of physical affection, and just simply evade accountability and responsibility by saying that a kid is forever a kid for the parent, a kid is never an adult for the parent. I used to hear this BS a lot. And a lot of these girls and women who come for therapy, they also tell me that they see a lot of inappropriate physical affection between their you know uh, husbands and their mother-in-law. Mother-in-law is just treating their husband like a boyfriend, touching here and there, and touching in a very inappropriate way. So yes, these were some of the weird signs of narcissistic mothers who are enmeshed in an unhealthy way with their son. These signs are not present in all of the cases, but yes, some of the signs are present. Yeah, I mean, not every narcissistic mother would be expressing physical affection in an inappropriate way. Some might be conscious, some might be concerned about their image, some might be aware of certain things. So these signs are there, which we often ignore, and these signs are not present in all the cases. Yeah, there are other signs as well. Yeah, so if you see 5 or 7 signs at least, that means something is wrong. You need to be a little careful, you need to work on yourself, and you need to have an exit plan. Yeah, I mean, my heart goes out to all the men who have been raised by narcissistic mothers. Somewhere or the other, they also long for peace, they also long for calmness, they also long for love. Somewhere or the other, they are also frustrated with constant manipulation. But it's just that they were traumatized to such an extent that they are unable to put their experience in words. Yeah, and they are unable to express it with the help of right words, or maybe they are uncomfortable, or maybe they are scared. Yeah, reasons can be endless. So yes, I mean, those men also suffer. I have dealt with them. They do suffer in therapy. They do talk about a lot of things. Yeah, it's not that they don't suffer. They do feel suffocated, they do feel choked on the inside. Yeah, and that's what happens when you are in therapy and session. And I specialize in REBT and CBT. So I help them navigate. I help them open up and feel safe, and not be scared of being judged. Yeah, so I am able to provide them with a safe space where they can open up, and they can again go back to their life and try things out in a different way. Yeah, and not let their past life influence and affect their present life. Yeah, so yes, this was it. In case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. And in case if you would like to book a session, you can always reach out to me on my mail. I have mentioned my website also, so from there also you can get more detail about the different sessions that are there, and you can reach out to me, and together we can navigate complex situations and ups and downs. It's not that difficult, but yes, you need to take a stand for yourself. Yeah, and the first stand is that seeking out help is not bad. It's okay to seek out help. You don't have to be that macho man and strong man and he man and this man and that man. No, men also have their weaknesses, men also have their share of ups and downs, and they also need a safe space where they can cry and open up, and get the weight lifted off their chest and shoulder. They need that safe space, and that's what you get during the sessions. Yeah, so yes, let me know if you need any help. I would be happy to help you guys, and please take care of yourself. Lots of love and blessings to all of you. Bye.